Hi, in this video today I'm going to show you how Telecom Jelly Crimps work. So basically these are lovely little items that when you crimp them shut, they will join the wires together. So let's say now if you want to join the blue wire from this cable to the blue wire on this cable here, then we could use a 2-wire Jelly Crimp. These ones are all 2 wires from different manufacturers. These ones are all 3 wires, again from different manufacturers. Different manufacturers will have their own spec. Roughly speaking, the wires that you can put in will be between 26 American wire gauge and 19 American wire gauge, which is roughly going to be 0.4 millimeters to 0.9 millimeters. And then when you crimp them down, a little bit of gel will come out because they're also designed to be used in an outdoor environment. So the gel will keep these copper bits from being corroded. The idea is you put them in without stripping them back. So I've stripped back these ones so I can show you the continuity test at the end. But you put them in without stripping them back and you push them right the way to the end of the connector. So we're going to use a 2-wire one to begin with and then we'll use a 3-wire one. So if I want to join these 2 wires together, I'm going to be pushing the Jelly Crimp in and a see-through so you can see that the wires have gone right the way to the very end, like so. And then we're going to be using a special little crimp tool. You can see that it's cut away here and it's the perfect size to put in there until it goes to the stop and crimp down. And you get a nice little confirmation, little click down when you do that. And you can see there's a little bit of gel that's just come out the bottom bit there. Leave that gel on it. That's what keeps the water from corroding the wires on the inside. So you can see that there now is going to resist the water. Now, when it comes to different colours, for example, that's just to denote that yellow will often be 2-wire and red will often be 3-wire. But again, it doesn't actually mean anything. These are also 3-wire here and they're white. It's just different manufacturers will do different things. And you might see crimps like this. This would be made for overhead figure of 8 cable. But again, it does the same thing. You push 2 wires in, you crimp that down, and then you shut the lid down over it. Right, now let's do a 3-wire crimp. So let's say now we want to connect up these white-blue ones to this white-blue one here. It's exactly the same thing again. We line them all up. You push them in the crimp. Let's use one of the red ones. They each need to go in their own hole. So don't cram 2 wires into the one hole. You can see they're each in their own hole. And again, we're crimping shut. This time, I'm just going to use pliers. You can use pliers as well, but the problem is they haven't got that cutout. So you have to kind of work your way around them. You can see it's not going to be as nice. So that's crimped down this bit, but now this bit's sticking up. So now you have to work your way around and do it a few times just to make sure that the lid's gone all the way down. So pliers will work absolutely fine if you're only doing a few of them, but if you're doing hundreds of them, you might as well get the real ones here. And again, you can see there's a little bit of gel just there. Right, and if you're wondering how these work, quite simply, it's a little IDC connection on the inside. It's a metal V, and when the wires get pushed there, when you crimp the lid down, the metal V does that, and it cuts on to the actual copper on the inside of the insulation and makes the connection. So you might wonder, are they reusable? The answer is no. But let's say now, if you had very little slack and you wanted to do some testing, what some telephone engineers used to do is they used to pop the crimp. So they're not reusable, but look, if I crimp that one down there. If I want to test that wire now, rather than cutting the crimp off here and losing all that cable, I can pop the lid off the cable by kind of going towards the bottom and popping it up like so. You can see the lid has now popped off. I'll show you the inside because it'd be interesting. And then you see it will allow you to take the little bit of insulation off because this is already cut into the cable, and that will allow you to do testing. And then you go to cut it back. You now only have to cut back a small bit and then put a new crimp on. So if you haven't got much wire, it's really, really useful. Now I'm just going to zoom in and I just want to show you that little piece of metal that does the cutting down on the inside. And there you go. So this is the 2-wire one. So you can see 1 wire goes in here and 1 wire goes in here as well. So that's all it is, and the reason you push it to the end is so it can be gripped on both sides. Right, let me just show you a continuity test. So when I touch the leads together, you can hear them, and if I go on to the 2 blues, which is this one here, we should have continuity between this one and this one, which we do. And if I go on the white blue, we should have continuity in all 3 white blue wires. So here to here to here, and also between there and there. So you get the idea of it now. It's for connecting up either 2 wires together or 3 wires together. Now when you're working with these, you will get a lot of gel on your fingers, so make sure you wear gloves or thoroughly clean your hands after use. Thank you so much for watching.